Welcome to the Worm Party. Thank you for joining us on the Worm Party. If anybody is joining us, I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to look at some more samples today. Actually, I have some moss I grew on dirt. I expect worms in that sample. So, we'll see what happens with that. But I'm going to start off with a slide that I prepared with the this is the sample from the tree moss that we collected yesterday, and I put it under on a flat slide with a cover slip because I want to see if we find any rotifers in here, and we can look at them under the microscope under the third objective at 1,000 times magnification. And by the way, we just ordered a little kit so we can do the oil, because we got the oil lens too, which I need to put back up on the microscope here. And we also been talking about doing light field. We've been doing dark field predominantly on this channel, but because I prefer dark field, I like the colors that you can see with it and everything. But we might do some light field as well, just to kind of switch it up and kind of give you the normal view that most people are used to seeing. But anyway, I don't know if anyone's watching yet. Give it a few minutes and see if anybody wants to join on. I like to make it a group effort. I really like the chat from last night. That was fun. I promise to better moderate the YouTube chat and allow the comments that YouTube wants to censor that are just silly. So, want to get on that. I got another window over here looking for the let's see, I got the Periscope source going. So that's going. It doesn't like that my audio bitrate is slightly higher than the maximum allowed, but whatever. It likes everything else right now, so that's good. Let's see. Twitch, we're good. I'm just going to close my Twitch window because no need to eat up more bandwidth. And YouTube is going too. So, Worm Party. Follow me on YouTube. Worm Party. Worm Party on Periscope. And Worm Party 1 on Twitch. We're going to look at some little microbes under the microscope. Okay. I'm just going to go for it and see if you guys notice that I'm online. I did not, schedule this stream. I just kind of decided, I'm going to go online. So, yep. So, hope you guys are ready to see some microbes. So I got it all dialed up here. We're on the first objective. We're just going to go in here and see what we see. Gotta focus. And again, we're on the first objective. And this is a brand new slide with a brand new cover slip. And I just want to see if we find maybe some rotifers in here. If not, we can always try again. The problem with this is, one drop at a time. Can only go one drop. Here's something. What's this? I'll take myself out here. so we can take a better look at this. Yeah, it looks like a rotifer. There's a little looks like there's might be a little air bubble there. I try to prevent air bubbles as much as possible. I can see one on the slide that's right in the middle of the cover slip, but we're off to the edge right now. Now here's the third objective. Oh, there's a nice little piece of moss, but where's the... Oh, here we go. Well, it's hard to say. Kind of looks like a rotifer, but he's not really moving. He might be not alive. So I'm going to go back out to the first objective and scan around. Let's see what else we can find here. There's something swimming. Little itty bitty thing. He's going to be way too hard to film because he's moving too fast. Oh, I see you have one viewer on Periscope. Welcome. We're looking for microorganisms. Rotifers mostly is what we usually find. But I would love to find a tardigrade. That's what I'm really... That, to me, is going to be like... I know I'm going to find one eventually, and I'm going to find it here on a stream. I just don't know when that is going to be. I got to find more lichens to examine. Oh, and there is one viewer on YouTube. From what I can tell, I'm not getting the counts right now, so I can't tell how many people are watching. And I think I need to adjust my light a little bit. Let me move this over here, and there we go. There we go. So I was hoping to find some rotifers in here. If we don't, we can always try again. Here's a little guy. Here's something we can look at, since he's just sort of staying in one place. All right. I'm going to go into the third objective on this guy. Let's see what he looks like up close. And just got to adjust the stage here. Well, that's not a rotifer. I don't really know what it is. You know what? He looks very similar to this one, maybe the Tetrahymena. I keep saying that one because it's on my... I have a guide here for some basic pond life critters. And the Tetrahymena is sort of almost egg-shaped drawing thing in here, and it shows some of the objects inside of it, although this appears sort of fibrous to me as far as the insides. Maybe it's just that we're focused on the surface skin, but he appears to be eating this green corn-looking algae. Oh, and if you look really closely there, it's hard to tell because it's kind of out of focus, but now that if I... maybe I can... Yeah, that's about as good as I can get it there. There's smaller things in there moving around, and this critter is probably covered in cilia, little hairs, and he's able to move the things around, propel himself through the water by using the cilia. And you can see all these objects that are being pushed aside as he's moving. Welcome, Yavrum35. Thanks for joining us on the War Party. That is not a keyboard that I'm using to control the music, but a box with some buttons. So just push buttons, multicolored. It's the first incarnation of the box, calling it the basic bitch box, because it's just basic box with buttons and faders. This one's green right there. You know. But one of the ideas I was thinking of doing was, just have my keyboard off to the side here, where I can just turn, swivel in my chair, and just start jamming out. Just got to keep my eye on the critter, that he doesn't leave the frame. Hey, one of my knobs stopped working. I gotta fix that. Oh, there we go. Portamento. You know, it's fun. So yeah, I don't know what he is. If you know what he is, leave a comment. But I don't know. Yeah, so pretty soon we're going to be doing oil. We're going to be doing some blood too, I think pretty soon. We might be doing some blood. We might be doing some muscle cells, some meat basically, where we look at raw meat and cooked meat and might use some fancy dyes to make the cell um, components look more visible, basically. So I'm just scanning through this slide here to see what else is in here. And then we're going to look at some different samples. Oh, look, Mr. Rotifer. What's up, Rotifer? He's kind of just, let me go back out and center him up so I can get him on the third objective here. There we go. Looks like a rotifer. He's not really able to crawl around like he normally does, so. I've also seen them swim, though. Well, he's not doing much. Let's go back out. Alright, just scanning through. It's a lot of little itty bitty little things in here. Now with the oil lens, we should be able to go to even higher magnifications on these flat slides. Just looking for anything. Huh. I just want to take a look at this real quick just to see what it is. If we can tell what it is. Not really sure. Yeah. Alright, never mind. Let's go back out. See what else might be in here. Not a whole lot. It's tricky because, like I said, we're only using one drop for this, so the chances of getting, something in some of these are going to be harder, going to be, slimmer. Might have to make it a couple of tries to get something, but that's okay. If I know I can put the drops from the sample on a depression slide and see rotifers based on last night, as long as they're assuming they're still going. Okay. Well, not much there on that one. So, just gonna play some music here as I change slides. We are going to look at. Let's see. What should it be? Got the moss on dirt. Haven't looked at this yet, so let's do it. I wrote this little piece. This little instrumental thing. I used it on another channel for 3D printing, which I haven't really touched in a long time. I decided not to do any more time-lapse 3D printing videos because, well, I can't really compete with what's out there. There's some really good stuff out there, some really nice stuff. And I've got a small printer. A small form factor, I guess is what you call it. Small format is what I meant to say. Which, it's not too small. There are others that are way smaller. It's a decent size print volume. Still was going to give away a printed Yoda. Nobody ever claimed it. If anybody wants a 3D printed Yoda, let me know. I'll show you the video that you got to make a comment on. Alright, so I got the new slide up here. Let's see what's on here. Focus. I expect worms in here. I expect to find worms. So far, not a whole lot, huh? Okay, let's go down. Just gonna do the lawnmower technique here, where I sweep across. Well, I guess everybody's out partying. Nobody wants to look at microscopes on Saturday night, do they? Is this the most boring thing that you can think of to do on a Saturday night? Hey, not me. I mean, you know. Of course, there's lots more exciting things to do. But if you happen to be stuck at home, and if not, you know, you can always go back and watch the stream later. Look at these little guys, these little lumpy guys. Little lumpy, I think they're paramecium. I don't really know for sure. I call them lumpy guys because they are sort of lumpy. They're not perfectly, roundish. Here, I'll take myself off the screen here. They're very small, though, and they move very quickly, so... What is this, a bubble? Oh, I think we got a scratch on the bottom of the slide. Is what that is. See if I go all the way down. Oof, little, like, pockmark on the bottom of that slide. Just going through here, see what else we might be able to see. This is actually the first time I've seen anything from this sample. Try to use 2 hands here, 1 to drive, 1 to focus. Scan down here, keep going. Little lumpy guy. Itty bitty fast lumpy guy. You know, and I also apologize if my descriptions of these guys are like the kind of description that Forrest Gump might give you. But, you know, that's sort of how I feel, like Forrest Gump with a microscope. And here we have a lumpy friend. And here we have a little rotifer friend. And here we have a little paramecium friend. Still haven't found a tardigrade friend. What's this thing? It's a jiggly thing, but it's looks looks like it might be dead. So we'll keep moving here. Oh, I actually blocked the light with my hand there a little bit. Can do this. Obscure the light. Put my hand in front of in the middle of the beam. I did not mean to do that originally. The second time I did mean to do that, but not the first time. Little lumpy guy. Little fast, lumpy. Another one. I'm surprised no worms in here. I'm gonna try to get another sample after this because usually if I draw the sample directly from where the moss is attached to the dirt is usually where I find the worms and nematodes. Haven't found a nematode in a minute, actually. I know that there are certain fungus that require that they eat nematodes, so that might be a good place to try to find them. Wherever fungus is growing. Haven't really found a lot of fungus or lichens for that matter, which is one of the things that we're looking for. Because the lichens is one of the places that I'm pretty sure tardigrades live on. So, yeah. So, I'm gonna do another drop here. Same sample, same slide. Let's see. Here we go. Just gonna try to get directly from the moss here. And I'd like to get some of the moss itself if possible. Well, we'll see. It's about 6 drops. All right, just blinded myself as I put that slide on on the tray there. All right, here we go. What's in here? Any worms? Let's go this way. Some more little lumpy guys. Aliens. Well, that's a big chunk of moss just floating on the surface there. That almost looks like a worm, but it's not moving. Could be a dead worm. Lawnmower scan. Yeah, not a lot in here. Little lumpy guys. Yeah. Bottom of the drop where the bead is found, but no tardigrades, no worms. Oh, that is quite interesting, actually. Found a lot more life in moss growing on dirt next to my house than I did moss growing on dirt next to a pond. A man-made pond, but the pond itself, I mean, the water that I got out of the pond was full of rotifers, just full of them, dominating the space, along with tons of golden algae. If you look at my last stream, you can find it, or we can just load up a slide right now and see if it's still as active as it was yesterday. Just been sitting in test tube. I haven't really done anything to it. I haven't boiled any hay or anything because, apparently that's some uh, ways that you can feed microbes is by boiling hay and feeding them a hay infusion. So I'm just taking some water straight out of this sample of pond water. We we did not get any solid material in the sample. It's all water, no moss. But when you look at it, it's slightly green. And when we looked at it yesterday, it was full of rotifers and golden algae. So let's see if they're still going in here. Here we go. And there they are. I'm going to go into the second objective because we can. This is a depression slide again. Sorry for the focus. So there's the little golden algae, self-propelled swimming plants. And there's a rotifer. Let's see if we can find some more scan through. Oh, think what I'm going to do is prepare another flat slide with drop from this sample. So put the beats on again. And of course, I almost totally screwed it up by getting a giant air bubble in it. But the air bubble sort of took care of itself there and then filled in with water. So there's probably a couple small air bubbles maybe. So let's take a look. Let's see, I'm going to go back out to the first objective. Sorry about that, I gotta stop the music here. There we go. That's the edge of the cover slip. See some small things swimming around in there. There's a bubble. Big giant bubble there. Huh. Wonder what that thing is. Wow, look at that thing. What is that? Some kind of alien creature? No idea. It's cool though. Okay, back out to the first objective. And let's scan around, see what else we can find in here. Oh, there's that big bubble. I'll go this way. Oh, here's another little cluster of something. Let's look at this. Second objective. Oh, that looks like a piece of fuzzy moss. It's very fuzzy. Oh, let's see. Where? Oh, there it went. That's pretty cool looking. All right, I'm going back out. What else can we find in here? Scanning down. Oh, let me focus a little bit. There's a rotifer swimming by really fast. Thought it might have been an animal, but I don't think that is. Some more bubbles. There's the edge. Going down. More bubbles. I don't want to get distracted by the scratches on the bottom of the slide. Yeah, that's the bottom of the cover slip there. There's that little green thing. Let's go back up here to the top. I don't know if I went all the way to the top. There we go. Okay. Bubbles. Bubbles. Huh. Nope, didn't get a lot of that. And I actually put 2 drops down, which was probably a mistake, but I wanted more material to look at. There is a rotifer in here. I saw him swimming. Oh. Well, this guy's like on the outside of the cover slip. How'd you get outside? You got out. That's a rotifer that got out. He escaped. He's trying to get back in. Yeah, this is like some water that escaped outside because I put 2 drops. So a little bit of water got out, and he's well, he's in a predicament, and he knows it. He's on the outside, swimming around it. It's pretty fast. If he doesn't move too much, oh, there he goes. I want to see if he'll stay in one place, and I can just move in with the next lens, but he's just zooming. Oh, now this way. Just zooming around the cover slip. Oh, all right. I lost him. pretty graceful swimmers, really, when you can catch them swimming. Well, that's pretty fun. So yeah, I think what I'll do now is we're gonna go back to the drop of pond water. So I didn't clean it off. I just put it aside here so we can go back in, take a look at it. If I put it in the right place, might help. Yeah. And these little rotifers and the algae really dominate this space. They just have taken over everything. Going into the second objective, pulling back on the focus. I like these little golden algae too. They just go wherever they want to go, which is weird because they don't got a brain, as far as I know. So I don't know how you know where you're going to go if you don't got a brain to tell you or to decide where to go. Worm party. I hope you enjoyed the worm party. It was a fun time, even though there were no worms this time. But yeah, if you have some ideas for some things that you want to see under the microscope, let us know. Please subscribe to Worm Party on YouTube, Worm Party on Twitch, Worm Party on Periscope. Actually, on Twitch, it's Worm Party 1. Maybe one day somebody will be nice and give up that name, and I'll just get to drop the 1 and get Worm Party across the board. Whatever. If not, whatever. I don't care. It's fun. It's fun to look at things under the microscope. So let us know if there's some things you want to see. Please subscribe. Please like. Please share. Please tell all your friends about Worm Party. And maybe we'll get some more people watching, and we'll build up a whole Worm Party community of people who want to see some strange alien creatures that you wouldn't normally be able to see. So, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you.